Birkenstock invented the cork footbed, and it's still genuinely good. Then private equity bought it, floated it on Wall Street, and the price climbed every year since. Now the synthetic models cost near leather money. Meanwhile, a USA-made leather sandal with a lifetime guarantee costs less. 6 sandal brands to stop, 3 worth every penny. You have felt both versions of this disappointment. Maybe you bought the famous sandal and noticed the price had crept up $20 since the last pair for the exact same thing. Or maybe you went cheap, grabbed the foam slide or the lifestyle flip-flop. And by the middle of August, the footbed had packed down to a flat, dead pancake. No support left. The arch you paid for, gone. Both of those happen for a reason most buyers never learn. A sandal is 3 parts. The footbed your foot sits on, the upper that holds it, and the sole that meets the ground. The logo tells you nothing about any of them. So let me walk you through what actually supports your foot, and who still builds it honestly. Number 1. Birkenstock. Let me start with full credit, because Birkenstock earned it, and the cork footbed is the real thing. Birkenstock invented the contoured cork and latex footbed, a bed of cork and natural latex that molds to the exact shape of your foot over a few weeks of wear. It supports the arch, cups the heel, and lasts for years. That footbed is genuinely excellent. It is still made in Germany, and I will not pretend otherwise. The cork can even be resoled by a cobbler when the bottom wears through. This is a real, repairable sandal at its core. If you buy the leather Arizona with the real cork footbed, you are getting a legitimately good sandal. It will resole, it will last years, and it earns its keep. That is not the problem here. So why does Birkenstock lead this list? Because of what happened to the company and the price. In 2021, the private equity firm L Catterton bought a majority stake for around 4 billion euros. The firm is backed by LVMH's Bernard Arnault, the luxury billionaire. Then in 2023, they floated Birkenstock on the New York Stock Exchange. The valuation, roughly $8.5 billion. And here is what Wall Street ownership does to a heritage brand. The price climbs year after year because a public company has to show growth to shareholders. The Arizona that was $80-some now sits around $135 for the core leather, and the premium leathers and collabs climb from there. And here is the trap inside the lineup. Birkenstock sells synthetic versions at prices that crowd right up against the real leather and cork pair. The Birko-Flor upper is a coated synthetic. The Arizona EVA is a cheap molded foam version. Look at the actual numbers. The leather Arizona runs about $135. The Birko-Flor synthetic version sits around $110, so you save $25 to drop from real leather to coated plastic. That is the trap. The synthetic crowds the leather price, and buyers pay near leather money for a synthetic upper, thinking they bought the genuine article. The EVA foam version is $50, and it is a pool sandal, not the cork original. To be clear, this is not an offshore quality collapse. The cork footbed is still good, still German-made. The critique is the financialized markup and the synthetic upper trap. The label is never the footbed. Buy the leather Arizona with the cork bed if you buy Birkenstock at all, and know you are paying a Wall Street premium for it. The next one does not even have a real footbed to defend. One quick thing, and it's the one you've been asking for. You wanted the whole method in one place. Well, here it is. My new guide. Build a $2,000 wardrobe for $200. Every rule from this channel, no logos, no fluff. The link is below. Go build it. Number 2, Reef. Here is the blunt verdict. Reef is a surf brand name stamped on cheap foam, sold on the beach. The brand built its identity on the surf lifestyle image, the laid-back, board shorts, sand between the toes vibe. And that image is doing almost all the work the construction does not. The typical Reef flip-flop is built on an EVA foam footbed. EVA foam feels soft and cushy in the store on day one, which is exactly why it sells. But EVA foam has a fatal flaw for a sandal. It compresses permanently. Every step crushes the foam cells a little more, and they do not bounce back. So by the middle of one summer of regular wear, that plush footbed has packed down to a flat, dead pancake. The arch support, if there ever was any, is gone. The cushion is gone. You are walking on a thin, compressed slab with a Reef logo on it, and the synthetic straps, the cheap PU, and fabric uppers crack and fray on the same timeline. There is no resoling a Reef. When the foam dies, the sandal dies. It goes in the trash and you buy another. For $30, $40, sometimes $50, You bought a single-season sandal sold on a surf fantasy. To be fair, a cheap foam flip-flop has its place. The pool, the locker room, the quick trip to the mailbox. The problem is paying a branded premium for it and expecting it to support your foot for years. It will not. The foam is the foam, logo or no logo. The smart guy knows a beach vibe is not arch support. The next one at least never pretended to be anything but rubber. Number 3. Havaianas. Credit where it is due first, because Havaianas is the genuine article in its category. Since the 1960s, Havaianas has made the classic Brazilian rubber thong, a simple, honest flip-flop molded from real rubber, the everyday sandal of an entire country, durable in the way real rubber is. That heritage is authentic, and the basic rubber Havaianas is actually a decent, hard-wearing flip-flop. Here's where the value question comes in. Havaianas, now under the Brazilian group Alpargatas, turned that simple rubber thong into a fashion item. The brand and the color drops and the seasonal collaborations pushed the price to $35 and up, for what is, at the core, a rubber flip-flop. The basic Brazilian market version sells for a few dollars at home. You are paying the fashion import premium on the same rubber. And a rubber flip-flop, even a good one, is a flat sole and a thong strap. There is no contoured footbed, no arch support, no molding to your foot. It is a flat slab of rubber, comfortable enough for the beach and the pool, sold at a fashion premium on the brand name and the color. Now, the rubber build is genuinely more durable than the foam junk from the surf brands. It will not pancake the way EVA does because rubber holds its form, so this ranks above Reef on honesty of materials. But understand exactly what you are paying for. You are paying a brand premium for a flat rubber thong. If you want the look and the color, fine. Just know that $35 buys you rubber and a logo, not support. The label is never the footbed. The next one took a real innovation and let the trend eat it. Number 4. Teva. Here is the insider truth. Teva genuinely invented something, the strap sport sandal, born on the Colorado River. A river guide strapped a watch band to a flip-flop so it would not float away. That rafting sandal, with its secure adjustable straps, was a real innovation, and for outdoor use, it made sense. Credit that. But here is what happened. Teva is owned by Deckers, the same conglomerate behind UGG and Hoka, and the strap sandal became a fashion item. It got picked up by the trend cycle, put on runways, and in lifestyle campaigns, and the pricing followed the hype rather than the build. A Teva strap sandal now runs $50 to $70 and up, priced on the fashion moment and the logo. There is no construction advantage over honest competitors at that price. You are paying for the moment Teva is having on the runway. And here is the build reality. Most Teva sandals use an EVA foam footbed, the same foam that compresses and flattens over time, with synthetic webbing straps. The straps are genuinely useful and secure, I will grant that. For an actual river day, they earn their place. That is the one context where a Teva makes complete sense. But the footbed is foam, and foam packs down. So you are paying a trend premium for a sandal whose core support material is the same foam that fails in the cheap brands, dressed up with good straps and a fashionable logo. Compare that to a real performance sandal with a Vibram outsole and a durable footbed at similar money. The Teva premium is exposed as a fashion tax. The strap innovation was real. The current pricing is riding a trend, not a build advantage. Buy a Teva for the river, where the straps earn their money. Do not buy one as a fashion statement at a fashion price. The smart guy reads the footbed material and the outsole, not the runway. The next one is the logo tax in its purest, most absurd form. Number 5. Designer sandals. Here is the comparison that ends the argument. Gucci, Versace, and the rest of the luxury houses sell sandals and slides for $400 to $700 and beyond. Now look at what that money buys at the build level. A rubber pool slide with a designer logo molded into the strap, or a basic leather sandal, flat leather footbed, leather or synthetic straps, an ordinary outsole. The kind of construction you would find on a $60 sandal anywhere. There is no exotic footbed technology, no Vibram performance sole, no special arch engineering. It is, at the build level, an ordinary sandal with a famous name attached. A luxury markup that has nothing to do with your foot. Set it directly against the trust brands coming up in this video. A USA-made full-grain leather sandal with a lifetime guarantee. A minimalist adventure sandal with a genuine Vibram outsole. Both are built better than the designer slide. Both will outlast it. And both cost a fraction, a tenth in some cases, of the designer price. So when you pay $600 for a Gucci slide, you're not paying for $600 of sandal. You are paying for a logo on a rubber slide that costs a few dollars to mold. A Gucci rubber slide runs around $450. The rubber in it is the same rubber as a $10 pool slide. The other $440 is the logo. As always, if you want the luxury statement and the money means nothing to you, buy it with open eyes. But do not tell yourself you bought a better sandal. You bought a logo strapped to your foot. The leather inside it will crease and crack on the same schedule as any other ordinary sandal. The price tag is the only luxury part. The label is never the footbed. The smart guy sees a $700 slide and recognizes a $30 build with a marketing budget. The last villain is the one half the gym is wearing right now. Number 6. Athletic foam slides. Here is the verdict on the Adidas and Nike foam slides you see everywhere. They are cheap, injection-molded EVA foam, sold at a brand lifestyle markup, and they fail on exactly the timeline you would expect. These slides, the Adilet, the various Nike and Adidas recovery slides, are molded from a single piece of EVA or a similar foam. Fresh out of the box, they feel pillowy and great, which is the whole sales pitch. But it is the same foam story as the surf brands, just with athletic logos. The foam compresses with every step. The cushion packs down, and within a month or two of regular wear, the slide is flatter, harder, and slicker than it was new. The outsole tread wears smooth. And a worn foam slide on a wet pool deck or tile floor gets genuinely slippery. An Adidas Adilette runs around $35, more for the hyped colorways and collabs. For that, you bought a comfortable month and then a flat, slick slab. Now, in fairness, these are fine for their actual job. A quick slide-on for the gym shower, the pool, around the house. At a low price, honestly bought, that is acceptable. The problem, the same as every foam sandal on this list, is paying a brand premium and expecting longevity the foam cannot deliver. The logo on the strap does not change the chemistry of the foam underneath your foot. The smart guy buys foam slides cheap and disposable and never confuses them with a sandal built to last. But the real thing, the supportive footbed, the honest leather, the resoleable sole, never went anywhere. Here are 3 that earn the money. Rainbow sandals. Here is the spec that resets your expectations. Rainbow makes its leather sandals in the United States, in San Clemente, California, full grain leather, and it backs them with a lifetime guarantee. Full grain is the top, strongest layer of the hide, the good leather that breaks in and molds to your foot instead of cracking. And that is exactly what a Rainbow does over time. Rainbow builds the footbed in layers of leather, bonded so they compress into a custom bed under your foot. The leather conforms to the unique shape of your foot over a few weeks. And owners routinely report wearing a single pair for 5, 10, even 15 years. The lifetime guarantee backs the construction. If the sandal fails structurally, they stand behind it. And here is the price that makes it the value champion. A rainbow leather sandal costs roughly the same as one of the synthetic name brand pairs you should be avoiding, $50 to $60 for the leather models. So put the choice in plain terms. You can spend $50-some on a synthetic upper sandal that crowds the leather price, or a foam slide that pancakes by August, or spend the same money on a USA-made full-grain leather sandal that molds to your foot and lasts a decade, with a lifetime guarantee behind it. That is not a close call. This is the sandal the man who reads the materials buys, wears for years, and never thinks about again. It looks better with age, not worse. The leather darkens, the bed molds, it becomes yours. The leather does the work the logo brands charge extra to fake. The next one is the hidden gem for the man who actually moves. Second, Bedrock sandals. Here is the insider pick most people have never heard of, and it is built for performance. Bedrock makes its sandals in the United States and puts a genuine Vibram outsole on them. Vibram is the gold standard in rubber outsoles, the same company that soles serious hiking boots and mountaineering footwear. It grips wet rock, trail, and pavement the way cheap foam never will, and it wears slowly instead of going smooth in a season. Bedrock's build is minimalist and adventure-proof. A flat, stable, durable footbed, an adjustable strap system that locks your foot in for hiking and water crossings, and that Vibram sole underneath, taking the abuse. These are the sandals for the man who hikes, paddles, or fishes, or just wants a sandal that can do something besides walk from the car to the pool chair. Sold direct in the roughly $90 to $120 range. You are paying for the Vibram outsole and the USA construction, real performance components, not a logo or a runway moment. And because the outsole is genuine Vibram, the sandal grips and lasts through terrain that would shred a foam slide in a weekend. A worn Bedrock can be resoled too instead of tossed. The label is never the footbed, but here the footbed is the whole point. This is the anti-fashion sandal. No lifestyle marketing, no color drop hype. Just a tough, functional build for people who use their feet. The kind of gear you buy once and forget about because it simply works. The smart guy who actually gets outside reads the outsole, sees Vibram, and knows the sandal will still grip in year 3. The last one is the Buy It for Life sport sandal that refuses to be thrown away. Third, Chaco. Here is the verdict, and it is the Buy It for Life payoff. Chaco makes the sport sandal you keep for a decade because it is built to be rebuilt. Start with the construction. A genuine Vibram outsole, that gold standard grippy durable rubber again, under a supportive contoured footbed with real arch support, held by the signature adjustable strap that threads through the sole for a custom fit. That arch support is a genuine feature, not a marketing word. Podiatrists regularly point people toward Chaco for exactly that reason. The classic Z/1 model has carried that contoured, supportive footbed for decades. But here is the part that makes it a trust pick rather than just a good sandal. Chaco runs the Re-Chaco program. They will resole your worn sandal, replace the straps, and rebuild it, instead of you throwing it in a landfill and buying new. A worn-out Chaco is not dead. It is a repair. That is the opposite of the disposable foam slide that pancakes and goes in the trash. Now, full honesty, Chaco is owned by Wolverine, the big footwear group, so it is not some tiny independent workshop. But the product is genuinely durable, genuinely repairable, and genuinely supportive. And the Resolay program is real, used by thousands of owners. At $90 to $110, you get a Vibram sole, real arch support, and a rebuild program behind it. This is the sport sandal you buy once and resole forever. One sandal, resoled twice, outlives a whole drawer of dead foam slides. The smart guy does the math. One resolable Chaco across 10 years beats 5 foam slides thrown away and never looks back. Premium build, honest longevity. That is how it should work. So here is the whole thing in one breath. Read the footbed. Contoured cork or supportive arch beats EVA foam that pancakes by August. Read the upper, full grain leather molds and lasts. Synthetic cracks. And read the outsole. Genuine Vibram grips and resoles. Cheap foam wears flat and slick. The logo never tells you whether the sandal still supports your foot in year 3. Do that, and the financialized names and the fashion markups stop making any sense. The man who reads the build wears a supportive sandal for a decade, and he spent less doing it than the man who replaced his foam slides every summer. I'm Bill. I read the footbed, not the logo. And the guide so many of you asked for is finally here. Build a $2,000 wardrobe for $200. Every rule from this channel in one place, linked below. If you missed our breakdown on the shoe brands, you must stop buying. It's linked below at 232,000 views. And our video on the luxury shoe brands you should never buy covers the same pattern at 160,000 views. Subscribe. This channel reads the footbed, not the logo. Not the